It is not enough to be busy. So are the ants. The question is, what are we busy about? And that's a quote by David Thoreau. And today we're going to be reading about how our lives are like bamboo trees. As we begin this morning's commute from the Rudder of the Day by Dan Miller, from 48 Days to the Work and Life You Love. Today is Monday, August 2nd, 2021. This is episode number 162 of the All Around Growth Podcast, a show that is intended to provide some insight and tools to building the lives and homesteads of our dreams. My name is Rob Kaiser, and I am your host. Yes, our lives are like bamboo trees, and the results of doing things right may not be evident immediately, but keep watering anyways. Hey, I'm like all of you. I want it all now. We have grown up in a culture that expects instant everything. So we use microwaves, cell phones, fax machines, TV dinners, and email. However, much to our chagrin, most important things still take time. Relationships, kindness, prayer, leisure, rejuvenation, creativity, and imagination require time for their development. I like the story of the Chinese bamboo tree. You take a little seed, plant it, water it, and fertilize it for a whole year, and nothing happens. The second year, you water it and fertilize it, and nothing happens. The third year, you water it and fertilize it, and nothing happens. How discouraging this becomes. The fifth year, you continue to water and fertilize the seed, and then take note. Sometime during the fifth year, the Chinese bamboo tree sprouts and grows 90 feet in 6 weeks. Quote, "The greatest thing in this world is not so much where we are, but in what direction we are moving." Close quote. Oliver Wendell Holmes. Life is much like the growing process of the Chinese bamboo tree. It is often discouraging. We seemingly do things right and nothing happens. But for those who do things right and are not discouraged and are persistent, things will happen. Finally, we begin to receive the rewards. For more than 5 years, I counseled hundreds of people in career issues as a volunteer caregiver through our local church. When I then launched a full-time coaching business, the referrals from all those earlier people overflowed my schedule from the first opening day. Phenomenal success in marketing early, self-published career planning training manuals now bring major publishers my way as willing partners. The excitement I still experience in my marriage is due to making deposits for success over many years. The vibrant health I enjoy is certainly due in part to daily habits of good nutrition, meditation, and exercise for much more than just 5 years. Quote, "It is not enough to be busy. So are the ants. The question is, what are we busy about?" Close quote. David Thoreau. I am now receiving the rewards of seeds that were planted 5 years ago. You are as well. Are you getting the results you want? If not, begin today to sow the seeds of what you want 5 years from now. Remember, if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll get the results you've always gotten. And before the questions for today, we'll take a look at a passage from the Bible. Make every effort to supplement your faith with goodness, goodness with knowledge, knowledge with self-control, self-control with endurance, endurance with godliness, godliness with brotherly affection, and brotherly affection with love. For if these qualities are yours and are increasing, they will keep you from being useless or unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. That's from 2 Peter chapter 1, verses 5 through 8. And last, but most certainly not least, the question to give us some direction for today is, What are 3 things you can do today to make success deposits for where you want to be 5 years from now? All right. Success deposits, huh? I'll be honest with you guys. Making a success deposit is not real high on my list of priorities today. It's not. I've had a rough few days with this seizure last Friday. Every little seizure feels like a setback. And sometimes in life we experience setbacks. And I'm going to go ahead and say that not every day needs to be one of those success deposits. Maybe at some point in your life, maybe today, or maybe some point coming up, or maybe some point in the past, maybe you're having a great day, and I hope you are. But if you're not, maybe we can liken our lives to that bamboo tree that has taken a long time to sprout from seed and subsequently growing, 90 feet in 6 weeks during that 5th year. Oliver Wendell Holmes wrote, "The greatest thing in this world is not so much where we are, but in what direction we are moving." And I think that that's important, because so often we focus on where we've been or where we are, and it's very easy to get caught up in life on life's terms, and it's easy to get distracted and, quite frankly, it's easy to become busy. Many of us, I suspect most of us, lead busy lives. But do we lead full lives? Like Thoreau asks us, what are we busy about? The answer, busy. And something dawned on me this past weekend. Friday was kind of a wash. So was Saturday, if we're going to be honest. But I finally got around to doing some work on Sunday. It wasn't the most productive work. It was busy. And maybe I've got a little too much going on, a little too much on my plate. And I realized that it might behoove me to begin the active process of taking some of these proverbial things off of taking some of these things off of my proverbial plate. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this. But I think it's important to make an effort to do this. Otherwise, I'll get the results that I've always gotten from doing what I've always done. I don't know about you, but I sure could go for some different results from time to time. So, what do we do? Sometimes nothing. Sometimes be like the bamboo tree and wait. Maybe this isn't the right time. But if not now, when? I don't know. I don't know. But like that bamboo tree, and how it grows, life is often discouraging, seemingly doing nothing. But what's happening is there's quite a bit of potential within that bamboo seed. There's quite a bit of potential within your life. Where are you at in your plan? The bamboo's plan is 5 years. Dan Miller often talks about a 3-year plan. I've never really thought much about a 3-year plan. A lot of plan dialogue has ended with me talking a lot about plans, but not actively making plans. And we'll see what happens as I begin to think about removing some things off said plate. See what that looks like. The seasons are much like I live in line with the seasons. We are a good part of the way through summer, about a month through summer now, 5 weeks. Fall's going to be a little bit busier than usual on account of some changes that are taking place at the day job, it sounds like. And while I'd like to think that I have some control over what's going to happen and how, really what I have control over is how I respond to the changes that are going to be dictated. So, that's about it for today's episode of the show, guys. Not the most exciting or exhilarating episode, but in the name of consistency, I wanted to deliver, and that is what we've done for today. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and if not, I assure you, not all episodes are lacking in enthusiasm, just some of them sometimes are. To support the show, you can click in the show notes, and there are some links for you to follow. Links to rate and review the podcast if you are an Apple or iTunes listener. And if you are not, go ahead and give it a rating on your podcast player of choice. Or better yet, share it on social media as well. I am not too good at this whole game of self-promotion, but we've gotten the word out there with your help, and for that I am grateful. There is also a link to all episodes in the show notes as well, and if you have any questions or feedback for me, show topics, which I am logging and will get to when time allows, you can send those to me on Telegram, t.me/allaroundgrowth. That is the community of people listening to this show as well, along with myself. We are there. Or if you prefer email, you can send me an email at allaroundgrowth@gmail.com. I'm more than happy to correspond with you via that platform as well. So, happy Monday. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. I sincerely appreciate you tuning in as always. And this is Rob Kaiser. And thank you.